Hey there, this is Dr. Justin Marchegiani. Today's video is going to be on intermittent fasting and how to do it the right way. We're going to talk about what the goals are, what are we doing it for, how to actually do it, and then what are some of the common pitfalls. How do you know if you're someone that may have physiological or hormonal imbalances that may prevent you from getting the full benefit, maybe even getting worse. So let's dig in off the bat. Intermittent fasting is nothing more than timing up your food at certain times throughout the day and basically having a window in which you eat. That window could be anywhere between 4 to 8 hours, and you close that window or you widen that window. You typically put that window in the last third of the day, which is when you tend to be more insulin sensitive naturally. So we're taking that window, instead of eating between, let's say, 7 p.m. or 7 a.m. and 8 p.m., right? That's a 13-hour window, for instance. We're taking that window and we're closing it down maybe to 8, maybe to 5, maybe to 4. So let's talk about that. What are the goals of intermittent fasting? So first off, we're trying to increase lipolysis. The goal is to increase fat burning. You get the benefits that you get from intermittent fasting come from that last meal. Let's say it's at 8 p.m. all the way to the next day. Now it's 8 a.m. That's 12 hours we've gotten so far. And then we have, let's say, till 2 p.m. in the afternoon. We've added another 4 plus 6. We've gotten 18 hours right there of no food. So a lot of that benefit happens in that 18-hour time frame where we start increasing lipolysis. We start having cellular autophagy where we're starting to recycle proteins. Also helps some benefits of lengthening the telomeres. And then we're increasing growth hormone and we're making our body more sensitive to insulin. Again, insulin and fat burning are inversely correlated. When insulin's high, we can't burn fat. When insulin's low, we burn a whole bunch of fat. So the goal is making ourselves more sensitive to insulin, right? The more sensitive your hearing is, the people don't have to yell or raise their voice for you to get their attention, i.e. the pancreas doesn't have to raise the insulin levels so the body can understand where to pull the sugar in and how to store the nutrients. So growth hormone goes up, that also helps put on muscle mass. And if we can combine this with good exercise, and we can put on actually more muscle, which is great. So the goals are all of these really good benefits right here. Weight loss is a good one. How we actually do it, like I mentioned, we got like a 16-hour kind of fast gig, right? So 8 p.m. to 8 a.m., that's 12, right? And then you got, let's say 12, let's say that's at noon, then you got 16, and then you got 2 more, so maybe you're at 18. So maybe you're 18 hours. So this could be a 16 to 18 hour fast very easily. 16, 9, and 20 hours fast, and we could easily throw an 18 in there as well. And then you can see our window for eating would be anywhere between 4 to 8 hours. So 4 to 8. So in general, how we do it is we take that window and we shorten it. So we're trying to avoid breakfast. We get up, we don't have breakfast. We have maybe a lighter lunch, a later lunch, let's say around 2 or 3 p.m. The key is, though, we have to make sure the window that we eat in is this 8, 5, or 4. We could even put a 6 in there. That's fine as well. But again, let's maybe from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m., for instance. Or it could be from noon to 8 p.m. We can have a 5-hour window of eating from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. We could even have a shorter window, 4 p.m. to 8, or even 12 to 4. I like it later because I want to really maximize the fasting time, right? If I eat a little bit earlier, that fast time will get cut off. So I'd rather have that fast go really well. Now the key here, the common mistakes is when we're doing the intermittent fasting, we're not eating enough fat. And that's very important. Fat's going to help sustain your blood sugar, and it's going to prevent the ups and downs of what's called reactive hypoglycemia. Right? Your pancreas pulls one way, your cortisol pulls the other way, not the best thing for your hormones. So again, blood sugar goes up, insulin comes up, pushes it down, blood sugar goes down, adrenals come and pull it back up. Not the best combo, so healthy fat's good. Now, the biggest thing with the fast, one of the things you get is you're not eating. And when you're not eating, you're not pumping out insulin. So insulin comes out most with carbohydrate. It comes out a little bit with protein, but very, very little with fats. Now, when you see people saying fats are bad for diabetes, they're typically talking about like fettuccine alfredo, right? Whole bunch of fat, whole bunch of carbs, right? Or a birthday cake, whole bunch of trans fat, whole bunch of carbs. But if we're focusing on fat by itself, healthy, good sources of fat, ghee, butter, coconut oil, avocado, really good healthy fats, then you're okay as long as you're not adding a whole bunch of sugar and carbs with it. So common mistakes are not enough fats. just not eating enough calories. So the key is you actually don't want to drop your calories. So if you need 2,000 calories for the day, you got to make sure you get 2,000 calories in that 8-hour eat window, or 6-hour eat window, or 4-hour eat window. You got to make sure those calories stay up. So for the 8-hour eat window, it may be three meals in there. Maybe a 2 o'clock, a 5 o'clock, and an 8 o'clock meal. With the smaller windows, you'd probably eat at one end and eat at the other end. So you'd have a breakfast and a dinner. With the 3, you'd have a breakfast, lunch, and a dinner, and you'd squeeze it into that 8-hour window. The benefit comes in that 16 to 18-hour fast. That's where the benefit really happens. So increasing fat, decreasing or having decreased calories is going to be another pitfall, and also having significant hormonal issues. If you have thyroid issues, blood sugar issues, adrenal issues, female or male hormone issues, cutting out those meals may not be the best thing because you probably already have a stressed out physiology. So not having those nutrients come in the morning time or the early afternoon may actually be a stressor on the body. Not getting enough calories is definitely a stressor. This is the biggest pitfall. People just don't eat enough. So if they're having 2 meals, they got to realize, well, I'm only having 2 meals. I got to actually eat 50% more in each meal. If not, I won't have enough calories. So you got to remember that. And then if you have hormone issues, blood sugar, thyroid issues, Hashimoto's, active gut or digestive issues, not a good idea. My thing is get healthy first. Then this is a great modality to start trying on and fine-tuning things later. And also you can do a protein sparing fast in the morning where you eat a whole bunch of fat in the morning, like butter coffee and MCT and such, and just avoid the protein. And then you kind of have this modified protein sparing fast. All you're getting is the fat in, so the insulin stimulation is very, very small. That's another modified way that you can tweak it. So if you're not ready to skip breakfast and lunch, you can do a protein sparing fast that first half of the day and then bring in the other full meals later on at night. So again, get your hormones dialed in. If you have an active gut issue or autoimmune issue or thyroid issue or adrenal or female hormone issue or male hormone issue, you want to get that fixed first. If you need help with that, click down below or on screen to schedule a consult with myself. And again, make sure you subscribe. We're putting more and more videos out. Get the newest and most recent videos sent to your YouTube feed right away. Again, this is Dr. J signing off. Thanks and have a great night.